E Hoʻi Nā Wai teaches me what activity-based learning is, and we didn't just sit down and listen. We got to get our hands dirty. We got to get in the water. We got to do things. We got to do a lot of content with the Lokahi triangle, having balance between Aina and Kai, between Ke Kanaka with other people, and then with Keakua. Just had this real big theme this whole kind of year on what balance looks like. So that really helped to build kind of my foundations of how I want to continue to teach through place-based education. Aloha, very good. I haven't been on this side of the speaking presentations. I'm always on that side grading students. But definitely wanted to thank you all for coming. I get to share a little bit more about how my place-based education journey has not only been more solidified and more foundational, coming from Ho'alaho, our Honolulu Title III grant, and then really kind of learning some pillars and foundations in E Hoʻi Nā Wai and continuing on. It's definitely been a fun journey. As I share with you my action plan for today, we're gonna do what my action plan is. And I took the Olelo No'ea Makahana Ike in Doing One Learns, and I got to use that as kind of a foundational pedagogy in my classrooms, and I got to add kind of that indigenous place-based lens through it. And it really helped to not only make me more confident as a Native Hawaiian educator, but also gave me more confidence in knowing that students, whether they were Native Hawaiian or not, really did like and adhere to kind of the activity-based learning that we had in class. We got to do a lot of content with the Lokahi triangle, having balance between Aina and Kai, between Ke Kanaka with other people, and then with Keakua. Just had this real big theme this whole kind of year on what balance looks like. We had students kind of come through this pandemic with a lot of imbalance and a lot of insecurity and a lot of fear and anxiety. So having opportunity to help them with balance, we are going to practice balance right now. So you're going to partner up with one person right next to you, two. So partner up. If you don't have a partner, find a partner real quick. We're going to have you say a fruit, and your goal is to try to say the same fruit that your partner is going to say. So don't cheat. Don't be like, say this, I'm going to say this, but practice and try to see if you can sync up with your partner, right? But when you look at your partner, sometimes you can start to see, okay, I think I know what you're gonna say. You can start to sync up. Okay, so now it's gonna count. So if you get one in a row, you're synced up. If you get two in a row, you are super synced, and if you get three in a row, you are ultra synced. You're gonna get a prize from me. So, all right, say one vegetable on the count of three, and you might find out that making eye contact, having contact, definitely links you to your partner. Okay, here we go. Say a vegetable on the count of three. 1, 2, 3. The next one. Okay, real quick, next one. You're gonna say one restaurant or fast food place on Oahu on the count of 3, all right? So try to sync up with your partner. One restaurant or fast food place. Don't tell them what you're gonna say. Just feel it and sync up. Okay, here we go. Look at each other on the count of 3. One restaurant or fast food. 1, 2, 3. McDonald's or Zippy's is always the winner. I don't know. Okay, last one. You're gonna say one thing in the refrigerator, one thing in the place where you store food, and on the count of 3, you're gonna say one thing in your refrigerator. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. So very good. So that's the whole purpose of Makahana Ike. In Doing One Learns, and I really try to focus in on 3 relationships. So the first relationship I really like for them to feel comfortable with is with each other. So peer-to-peer, can they come into the room and not have that awkward, anxious, I don't know anybody. So we really try to make it easy for them to get into new groups, whether it's playing cards, whether it's type of candy, whether it's the type of clothes they're wearing, just something that kind of randomizes where they sit so they don't have to kind of deal with that no one wants to sit with me kind of attitude or culture. All right? Peer to teacher, another relationship I like to try to sync up is getting to know every student by name. Definitely when I come to the Hawaiian Center, when I come to events, people are calling me by name, and it definitely makes me want to be there. It makes me feel like I belong. So making sure I know all of my students' names, I'll give them an adjective, or they'll give themselves an adjective that starts with the same letter as their first name, and that's kind of, for some they have names that are hard to pronounce, but you can say their adjective first and, practice their name, after if you can't get their name. All right, and then peer to content or student to content, definitely a relationship I like to focus on with Makahana Ike, and that's in doing one learns. I share with my students from day one to be something you've never been, you have to do things you've never done.
Nice.
And if we want to get more confident in communication, we have to actually practice communicate. And we're not just going to do it till we get it right. We're actually going to practice till we can't get it wrong, till we are more accustomed, more comfortable with it. All right? So the relevance, every single day they're going to come in, they're going to do an activity. And seems a little tough on my end to plan an activity every single day, but we actually have multiple activities related to every concept in the classroom. The rigor. Students will be learning content, once again, by participating in activities. They will get to experience the content, become more competent. Classrooms, a little non-traditional, I like to say. We don't sit in a classroom where everyone's facing forward looking at me. We're in small huis, we're in lines, we're in half circles, and whatever, whatever setup is going to be best for that day's activity, that's the kind of setup that we have. So thanks to our campus for providing modular furniture that we can move things around, because we did get a workout 5 years ago where we had to move 20-pound desk and 20-pound chairs and that. All right, so the rigor, they definitely have opportunity to practice. And then responsibility, students will have a template of learning concepts by actively doing, practicing, asking questions, and assessing. I tell all of my students that you are going to be your best speech coach from this day forward, meaning we're going to teach you the skills necessary to understand where you feel like you need more support, more practice. That they are going to go through activities that they can, once again, recall information that will stick with them, in times where they are anxious and times that they are, feeling a little bit overwhelmed. All right, assessment. We had, in our first unit, was the foundations of communication. They participated in daily activities, and then we had them answer 4 questions, 2 closed-ended, 1 through 5, on a scale of 1 through 5 questions, and then 2 open-ended questions. And for Unit 2, our second unit, they got to actually plan an activity, run an activity for content that they were going to teach in their teaching presentation for Unit 2. So looking at, Unit 1 question, how effective was this learn by doing method in helping you to learn speech concepts in this unit? We went from not at all effective to extremely effective. 51 students over 3 courses took the have been with me throughout the whole semester from day 1. 19 indicated 5, 26 indicated 4, 6 indicated 3. No one really indicated anything below that. So we had an average of 4.3 in terms of helping them learn speech concepts in the unit. All right, the second question we asked was, how effective was this learn by doing method in improving your confidence to speak to different people in different situations? Working on that Ke-Kanaka relationship in the triangle, helping them to just make small talk with someone, or helping them to ask a follow-up question if someone said something that didn't really answer what I wanted. So 51 students surveyed, 15 indicated 5, 22 indicated 4, 14 indicated 3 with an average of 4.34. As we take a look at what I plan to do as an improvement, I'm actually going to follow up with these questions on our last quiz, which is during our finals week, to see if those numbers did go up throughout the course of the semester. This is only after the first month, so we'll see if it goes up at the end. As from a Speech 151 student, the Makahana Ike method, this was an open-ended question. It was just fill in the blank. Teaching method helped me to learn at a quicker pace. I didn't fall behind from the class because everyone was learning similarly. I would also say that this method helped me to take in information easier. I didn't get stuck on a topic or part. Overall, this method makes learning fun as well as makes me want to come to class more often. And as I got to share in activity-based learning, I think E Hoʻi Nā Wai definitely teaches me what activity-based learning is. And every event that we went to, every kind of participation we had, we didn't just sit down and listen. We got to get our hands dirty. We got to get in the water. We got to do things. So that really helped to build kind of my foundations of how I want to continue to teach through place-based education. Another quote that really stuck out to me, I really enjoy this style of learning. Compared to my other classes, it's all just notes and copying and not really applying what we're learning. I really enjoy the way that for each chapter or set of readings has a certain activity along with it. It really made me understand the content of that assigned reading and how I could use it in real life. So that one really brought out the relationship with the material. Are they getting to experience it and practice it? This is from one of my early college students. Definitely had that shy demeanor in the beginning and really started picking up more laughter, more expression, and I'm like, oh, I didn't know you can laugh out loud. Alright, so this next one, we're just going to show you a quick video of an activity-based lesson that we have. And, I got to practice Hawaiian language, my Olelo Hawaii. I, am learning. I took Hawaiian 20 years ago at Manoa and definitely lost a lot of just the confidence to speak. But, through programs like this, definitely picking up more confidence and courage to just boldly say the Hawaiian term for what it means. So this is Laulima, and let's take a look real quick. So the students practicing teamwork. So this is without any practice. They just clicked and they kind of synced up. They juggled 10 balls together by throwing it at the same time, and got to practice Laulima, which is teamwork, and another Olelo Noiau, Ohehana Nui Ke Alu'ia. No task is too big when done together by all. And this was at the beginning of our group project where they were going to do something that they might have been felt overwhelmed with, they had to do by themselves, but they got to do it together. All right, so plans for improvement, more Olelo Hawaii. As I learn more, I can teach more, I can use more Olelo Hawaii in the classroom. I'm going to ask once again the same two questions from Unit 1 on my Unit 3 quiz to see if there is growth and improvement. And just to wrap things up, I've definitely been encouraged and challenged to practice myself what I teach. So if I want to become more confident in areas, I need to actually go out and practice in those areas. So thank you so much for allowing me the opportunity to share. And
Does anyone have questions for Mitch?
So I was curious, I saw that one of the students said they wanted to come to class. Have you seen a difference from previous in-person classes to this in terms of attendance?
Yeah, definitely. So my early college course is after their regular school. So they're coming in, kind of going through a full 8-hour day, and it starts at 3 o'clock. It goes to 4:30 or 4:15. So definitely, we see attendance tends to drop off if we don't keep them engaged. Right. And it's an actual college class, so we have to tell them, like, this isn't just for fun. This is like your college grade. So, but it definitely does help to keep the attendance pretty high and the morale pretty high that they can encourage each other to come. Yeah, it's good.
Where do you find all these fresh ideas for experiential education? Because you change them so much through your courses.
So I think I have a pretty unique background in that I had an engineering scholarship to Manoa in electrical engineering, and I'm an introvert completely by nature. I love to look at things, how to make things work better. So, being able to spot the introvert, maybe being a little attention deficit myself, like how can I make this activity better? How can I make it more efficient? If, students are kind of losing interest, where can I, increase their attention span? So we'll have music. I go to Savers a lot to repurpose a lot of their old games. They have a lot of great card questions and card pieces that we'll utilize a ton. But we'd love to sit down with you later if you want more ideas. Yeah.
I love the ball activity and the fruit thing was so, I never laughed so hard. But I mean, I laugh, but it just really brings joy, like that one activity, so good job.
Yeah, thank you. And I think that's one thing that I really thrived with coming back in person. That, you know, when students left, they left with laughter, they left with joy, sometimes a little bit of food, and definitely connection. I think they've missed that connection with other students, that they get to laugh and be challenged together. I think that really helps.
I just have a comment, Mitch. So we had the wonderful opportunity to see you grow through our Ho'ala Hope program and now through our E Hoʻi Nā Wai, and it is very obvious that what you've presented today has really shown a lot of growth. You're definitely, along with the rest of our colleagues, are a great diamond for us to really showcase and the ability. And the reason why we're here and the reason why we decided to continue this type of professional development, not just on our campus, but start to reach out towards our sister campuses to really show that this is very contextual. No matter what subject we all are teaching, that you can take that concept, that methodology, and apply it to mathematics and apply it to every single one of our respective kuleana on our campus. We love to see that growth, and we are very excited when we have our previous participants come back and it tells us something even more that, hey, they're hungry for more. They want to take what they've done and they want to continue to grow and add more of that value into what they're already doing on campus. So mahalo to you.
Thank you for the encouragement. Thank you.